Welcome, one and all, to the K.O.E Nation for a very special 5 Scotches You Need Part 2. So this got started by a certain whiskey aficionado, a certain bourbon master himself, one ADHD Whiskey, and it spread like a brush fire. He came up with 5 more categories you need for 5 whiskeys that you need. And I thought, why should bourbon get all the fun? And this is also a little preview to the part 2 of the bourbon 5 whiskeys you need once the bourbon tournament concludes, folks. So eyes on this space. But without further ado, we move on to the 5 Scotches you need. Now you're going to notice that this is a little particular to one region. Glass is clean, excellent. So we're going to get started. The categories are the entry buzz, what you would drink as your first drink of the night. Then you move on to your current favorite. This can change, but it's the one that you like currently. Then you get into the hipster bottle, the one that you were hip-wise to before anybody else really knew about it, and maybe folks aren't quite wise to it yet. Then you've got the jealousy bottle, the one that when your friends come over, you like, check this out. Then, last but not least, your long pour, the one that you can pour at a distance. So, without further ado, let's get right into it. So, the entry buzz, if I'm gonna be drinking scotch that night, what would be a good entry scotch for the evening? And for me, it can be none other than the Dalmore 15. You knew this was going to show up eventually. Come on now. The Staghorns are a must. Dalmore 15 is an excellent first scotch to begin your evening with. And, since I am a titled Lord of the Scottish Highlands, I figured, well, I just as well, start the evening off with a Highland scotch. Now, moving on to my current favorite. It's the one that I really like right now more than any other Scotch whiskey, and that would be, you're going to notice these are all single malts, by the way, just to let you know, so maybe I'll throw that in the title. My current favorite is the Dalmore Dominion. Yes, excellent. It's the now discontinued travel exclusive from First Fill 30-year-old Methuselah Amoroso Sherry Butts, and oh, Lord, you get his little UK exclusive sticker back there. Excellent stuff. First Fill Sherry of Methuselah. This is really the best of the discontinued travel series. So if you get a chance to get your hands on Dominion specifically, excellent stuff. And that is my current favorite single malt Scotch whiskey for the moment. Now, moving right along. This would be the hipster bottle. Now, I knew about this particular bottle the day it was announced. Forget the day it came out. The day it was announced, I sent a message over to Tony. Tony, guess what we need to get the very second it comes out? And that would be the Dalmore Quintet, the new masterpiece, the new peak of the new travel exclusive series. Yes, the Dalmore Quintet is my hipster. I knew about it before anybody else really did. I was hip and wise and cool to it. Really, I was, not to toot my own horn, but yeah, I was way ahead of the curve on this one. So had to let you all know about that one. Now, my jealousy bottle. I know what you're thinking. Gonna see some more Staghorns here. No. I'm changing it up here slightly. My jealousy bottle is my Gordon and MacPhail Dalmore Distillery 14-year cask strength bourbon cask aged edition. Connoisseur's choice. Excellent stuff. This is Dalmore Distillery from 2005, 57.6% ABV. 255 bottles to this particular little batch here. And yes, refilled bourbon barrels, aged 14 years, single malt Scotch whiskey, non-chill filtered, natural color. Only 255 bottles of this particular flavor on God's green earth. So yes, when somebody comes over who I know is also a fellow Dalmore freak, I am going to drop this particular bottle in front of them and be like, oh dear goodness, ain't that just beauteous? There you go, you can see it a little bit better, but hey, I'll give you a nice, there we go. Nice close-up look of this beauteous bottle. Yeah, so this is one I'm really looking forward to getting into, but I'm waiting for a very special occasion to even crack the seal on that one. And then the last one, a long pour bottle, one that you can count on to pour at a length without much spill. Oh boy, here we go, folks. Well, to be frank, that is any bottle of Dalmore you can count on to be your long pour bottle. So I've got just a nice little chunk here. I'm gonna call that good. Long pour of the Dalmore 18-year-old. Yes, yes. Wash me in your jealousy. Wash me in your judgment. And hey, I only spilled like a few drops. Beautiful, beautiful. So folks, these are the 5 Scotch whiskeys you need, part 2. So folks, be sure to like, share, subscribe right here at the K.O.E Nation. And be sure to let me know if you think my picks were a little centric to one Scotch whiskey region. Personally, I don't think I had enough Dalmore represented here. So let me know how you think I did. But, you know, folks, I am a lord of the Scottish Highlands, so I've got to represent the Highland Scotch whiskey region. So, folks, as I'm known to say around here, all that being said, thank you for joining me for this very special video of the 5 Scotch whiskeys you need, part 2. I am your King of Extreme, Phil K.O.E., and I will catch you on the flip side.